What's up? Good fucking morning. God damn it.
Yeah, when you saw that introduction, you knew it was gonna be a good day. When Rich Piana used to upload his videos, that really was something I look forward to. It's kind of silly, but everybody needs a little bit of inspiration. And when Rich was doing those videos, they definitely inspired me quite a bit. So what is this video about? My video. This is about explaining how nobody can really do it alone. Even though you might be super motivated, you still need a little bit of that extra kick to get you across the finish line. So this is a little bit about history about me and what kind of got me into working out and people who helped me out. So as you can see from beginning, Rich Piana is the guy I talk about quite a bit, and his videos, Bigger by the Day series, Better by the Day series, and a bunch of other different things that he did was always something that kind of pushed me towards the gym and trying to better myself and do more to get myself in shape. Rich was more kind of motivation, but I would say I did not really learn techniques from Rich. When I talk about different YouTubers, I would say Jeff Cavaliere from Athlete X. Now he's the one that I used to follow quite a bit when I was younger and was first trying to learn how to actually work out. He had this series where he would bust out this skeleton and he would show you how certain movements could actually injure you and how certain tweaks improve the movement significantly. So if you ever want to learn the good techniques, check out the Jeff Cavaliere's videos. It's a very good resource for anybody who wants to work out to make sure they don't injure themselves. And the reason I mentioned this, I worked out with some people recently and I saw some of them, they can injure themselves very easily because the technique is not where it needs to be. It's not all the weight that you're pushing, it's not all the craziness that you do in the gym, but it's the technique that allows you to hit the muscle specifically and not hurt yourself doing so. So again, Jeff Cavaliere back in the day was one of these guys that helped me refine my techniques and figure out why it works and why something doesn't work. The man also used to have these markers and he would map out the muscle fibers and he would show you how certain movement engaged them. And that was awesome as well. So Jeff, I mean, he's the man. I believe he's the best YouTube influencer slash motivator slash teacher. And if you follow his channel and some of the videos that I mentioned before, you'll definitely be on the right footing. But before all that YouTube stuff, I gotta give props to one of my very good friends, my buddy Eric. He's the one that I used to work out with all the time. He's the one that also taught me a lot of different things. He was extremely knowledgeable, still is extremely knowledgeable about everything working out. And if it wasn't for Eric, then I probably wouldn't be where I'm at this moment. Having friends that are willing to take the time and show you different things also goes a long way. Back in the day, we used to go to the gym together. We used to have this membership at this place called Export Gym, and that was a fun place. We used to hang out, have a lot of friends over there too. So it was a very fun, enjoyable experience, like a social gathering. And before that, he lived in an apartment building where he had a really nice gym, and we used to go over there and kick it, usually 3 times a week. So those are some very good memories. So all I'm saying is, you need somebody to kind of show you the ropes, and you need to be able to learn from somebody how to work out and how to do things correctly without killing yourself, injuring yourself, or even worse. You need to have some friends that can help you learn. They need to have some certain people that can motivate you, because again, everybody needs a little bit of motivation. And in a way, this YouTube channel that I do for myself kind of motivates me to actually try to do a little bit better, because some days I don't feel like working out, but I still say to myself, come on man, you can do this. And then I see maybe like an old video of myself when I'm working out doing something, and I say, man, I look better in that video than I look now. And it's an inspiration for me to get off my ass and actually try to be better again. Because everybody goes through phases where you really don't want to do anything, but you need to have a certain degree of motivation to get you going. Sometimes YouTube does it for me, sometimes friends. And lately, just like I said, trying to strive to do better for myself and set a better example for myself and even my kids, maybe one day, who might be watching this, and hopefully they want to work out like I do. And earlier you start, the better you're gonna be, because you're gonna build that foundation, you're gonna make your muscles stronger, you're gonna be more resilient for the future, and hopefully not get fat and chunky. Because if you get fat, that will stay with you for all your life. When I was younger, when I first moved to US from Croatia, I didn't have any friends. I didn't have the knowledge of English and language. I could not speak with anybody. So I was just basically sitting on my ass majority of the time, and I was just getting fat. And as I gotten fat, that tissue, those fat cells remain to this day. And I think that's part of the reason I can never get that washboard abs, the flat stomach, the perfect look that I'm trying to get. I mean, I'm not giving up on that. I'm still gonna try to do it, but basically because I fucked myself when I was younger and I got too chunky, I'm paying for it all my life. So, it's a side story, but it tells you need to be motivated to try to keep yourself in a tip-top shape. You do good for yourself and you invest in your future and make this a lifelong thing. You have to be consistent, because consistency will give you the results that you want, and it's going to give you the longevity, which is another thing I'm striving for and shooting for. To summarize, you need to have the knowledge, you need to have somebody push you, and you need to have the motivation. And like I said, my buddy Eric, thank you, my friend. When I was younger, I was still learning different things. You helped me quite a bit. I've always appreciated it. And everything else, like I said, on YouTube that I learned, you need to find the right people, find the right channels to follow, and the right motivation. I even got that Arnold Encyclopedia of bodybuilding too, and that has some good stuff in it as well. But I think the book is probably 500-600 pages, maybe more. It's a heavy little sucker. So it's a good read every once in a while, but sometimes, video is worth 1,000,000 words. Say a picture is worth 1,000 words, so let's say video is worth 1,000,000 words. So if you want something quick, check out YouTube, but don't follow the wrong people. Some people will get you hurt. Some people that are pushing all these different records, PRs all the time, heavy lifting. I think that's a big mistake, because they're not training for longevity, they're training for views. They're training for short-term things, but when they destroy their ligaments and their joints, and when they're 30 or 40 can barely move, that's not something you want to do. I would say low to medium weights, good technique, keep rock and rolling, keep pushing yourself, and that's about it. Till next time. Check out the Jefferson Memorial. Has a lot of history between the wife and myself over there. When we got engaged, we took our engagement pictures over there, so that was kind of cool. That was a lifetime ago. We're inside. Actually, it's a little bit cooler in here because there's a nice breeze. Yeah, this place is beautiful. You gotta go check it out if you're in DC.